left foot for the backhand, that's when the problems are coming. It seems to me that there is an increasing injury problem with Muster because of that ankle. But he's not playing well. Tillstrom is, and that's why Tillstrom's in the box seat now. 4-2.
Unfortunately for Muster, if he's worried about the ankle, he's in trouble. If he's worried about the drop shot, he can do something about it if he was just timing the ball properly. And the best thing to do is to keep a length with power, and then Tillstrom can't play the drop shot. He just doesn't have the timing to be able to do that. And I'm not sure, I think I can agree with you about the ankle. I'm not sure it's all that good. Watching him walk there, he's always had a bit of a strange walk. I don't mean that in any bad sense, but it's hard to read if he's limping or if that's just normal for him. And he's irritated, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's a sure sign of a lack of confidence today. He may be like that, you know, tomorrow, but you're going to be more irritable if you don't feel good yourself. Oh,
what? Good job. I think it was fairly short, but you wouldn't have picked it for a winner opportunity.
You can see where he is. He's just about on the baseline, and of course from that same spot he can literally play the drop shot down the line, so Muster doesn't know which way to move. And we've been a little bit down on Thomas Muster. We're not meaning to really be down on him personally, but give full credit to Tillstrom. He's whilst he's not hitting the ball 100%, tactically he's very smart out there.
Oh, well played, Muster. Terrific. And didn't Tillstrom battle well as well?
I love it. Poor guys running and running and running and getting nowhere fast. Look at this. And you've just got to see how Tillstrom's legs are going as to how hard he's having to work. It's not that he's just going easily from left to right. He's really working out there in that point.
Break point.
It's another bad miss, this time from Tillstrom. Both players no doubt fully aware of the importance of this, the third set.
Break point again. Not quite going for him. The calls are right, but the margins are fine, and they're not in his favour. And again. Super stuff. So it's 5-2 now for Tillstrom. And Muster will be serving to stay in the set when you come back.
This wall covers a lot of ground. It goes on forever. Nothing gets past. And when I play, I am the wall. I'm Michael Chang, and this is my plan.
There's the scene around Flinders Park. And inside that centre court, a lot of energy now as Thomas Muster steps out to try and save this third set. Muster, as ever, straight out. And plenty of time. He's ready.
First time that he's tried the drop shot on the returner serve. Didn't work too well, but it is working on the mind of Thomas Muster. Great return. Didn't have a lot of width, but boy did it have power and depth.
Happening more than once. Seems to pull away from the shot. Two bad errors, and all of a sudden here's Muster. Break point down again, and set point down. This for 2-1 lead.
Only just long.
Just about the first time that Muster's been able to get to that. So some encouragement for Muster, but this is the game that matters right here, with the Swedes serving for the third set. Muster wasn't interested. Now then. Very close. I think it was too close to overrule. He might be right, but it was a hair's breadth.
But even if Muster is right, he has no right, we can't see on that shot there, he has no right just to drop his racket and not play the point. No. He's still in the point.
No, it's not clay. They're not going to find a mark.
No, not at all. Although a mark is often left, but you're right. Clay, you can argue the point, and it's just a matter of which is the right mark and which is not the right mark. But here, theoretically, you can't go looking at marks. You've got to play the point until the umpire gives the score.
41.
But he's not able to launch any kind of challenge after that. And here are 3 set points now for Michael Tillstrom.
Game.
4th ace. Strong serving. And now Muster can have his row with Jorge Diaz if he wants. And he's got to come back from 2 sets to 1 down. Well, we know, as far as stamina is concerned, there's no problem. How healthy is he, particularly with that ankle? And more important, it seems to me, how mentally is he going to cope with this? It's not the overcommitted, overzealous, fanatical Muster that's taken him to so many titles, 12 of them last year.
No, he's definitely very, very low key at the moment. Really did get out of bed on the wrong side. But somehow or other, he has to be a professional. It's not easy when you're not feeling good about yourself, but he has to be professional and dig deep. Because if you don't dig deep, you're not going to win. And one can never expect to always play perfectly well on every day that you play. And he's playing by his tremendously high standard. He's playing terrible. Well, it's all blood and guts now. You can't just lie down and play dead.
He's the man for the job, blood and guts, but sometimes it's never there.
He is the man. If he doesn't have blood and guts, he's in trouble.
And maybe, Bob, maybe he doesn't today. That could be the problem.
Well, this is what worries me.
I wouldn't say he's resigned to his fate, but there looks a lack of commitment there.
Tillstrom, on the other hand, must play every point on its merits, not rush. He seemed to rush that returner serve. Don't try to force the victory.
Yeah, definitely a problem with Muster there. Tillstrom shot, of course, way out, but you can see the way that Muster pulled up. He wasn't enjoying the run. Enjoyed that, though.
40-15.
So Muster edges out in front. But it's Tillstrom who leads 2 sets to 1 in this 4th round match.
He won the African Nations Cup in 1994, in which European club does Finidi George play. If you have the answer, you may be the lucky winner of a trip for two to the Euro 96 final. You can also win Eurosport t-shirts. To play and win, call the Eurosport hotline now. Good luck.
Love 1. 2 sets to 1 though. Tillstrom leads the world number 3. Ace number 5.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Lovely, clean, crisp hitting.
And Muster didn't play the point badly, so nothing he could have done about it, but of course it doesn't make him feel any better. He did a little skip there, didn't he, after he'd made a mess of that returner serve. Has to take his time. Don't play the result. Play each point on its merits. Never an easy thing to do. But the more experience you get at winning, then a little bit easier to do that. Oh, yes.
Not according to Muster. 6th ace. But I'm with Jorge Diaz. Unless you're absolutely sure, don't overrule.
Well, that's the rule. Unless you see a clear mistake, the call stands.
1 or 2 of them forget that.
True.
But you can get yourself into all kinds of problems once you start.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are some that never see a clear mistake, and there are others that just see bunches of clear mistakes.
I was forgetting from them, but they're all your best friends, aren't they?
I get on well with the umpires. Don't worry. I get on very well with them, especially now that I've retired.
I was going to say.
But with the overrule, I really don't like the overrule at all, because I'm never convinced that the umpire can see all the lines better than one person can see one line. And I know one person can make a mistake, but they're just doing one line. They've got to see it better. He has the walk, giving the perception that maybe he'd rather go and have a shower.
Yes, of course, with Thomas, he's trying as hard as he possibly can, but there are some days when the adrenaline's not there for some reason, as you say, well, it's getting out of bed the wrong way, and you just can't put your finger on why. Muster's not giving this match up. He's not trying, but everything's relative. Normally, Muster is such a fanatical competitor.
Yeah, and this is the problem. This is the problem that every sports person has, is they can't always see the ball perfectly, or whatever sport it is that they're doing. They can't always be at 100%. And that's why, you know, a little bit of blood and guts is required, and very often it's required, because you won't be 100% of the time. And he is clearly not 100% of the time, and he's up against a chap who, according to the rankings, shouldn't be living with him. But he's a lot better than the rankings. And he himself is not playing as well as I've seen Tillstrom play. No, Tillstrom is not playing as well as I've seen. And yet he's tactically playing very smart. You follow?
Yeah, sure.
So he's not hitting the ball, but he's staying in the match because his tactics are good.
I'll tell you what, well, the ranking you mentioned, his ranking is going to shoot up here. 4th round to be the top 3 player in the world. If he wins,
yeah.
If he wins.
Yeah. Boy.
Forget 105.
Yeah. You're right. He could almost halve his ranking. I'm sure he go very close to that if he gets through here. Played that point well. He's giving the ball a big whack, and Musta's just unable to do anything. And the longer the match goes on, the more I am convinced with you, Simon, that the ankle is a problem as well.
Yeah, he's looking and walking the other. He's feeling his way along the edge of the court there.
Because there is the other thing, and I don't want to sound negative towards Musta, but if you have a bit of an injury, or if you're not 100% feeling well, and you are losing, and you're not feeling well in yourself in the way you're playing, that ill health or that injury could be much bigger than it really is. No, he rushed it.
Got to be careful that the errors, which are occasional, don't become frequent. Otherwise, Musta's back in this. Yeah, it's down there, down that backhand side, where he's most vulnerable, and where it really seems to hurt. I think Tillstrom's beginning to cotton onto that.
So he's limping there, and now he has to hit and put a little bit of weight on the ankle. He just can't do it.
Again, moving that side.
Well, here's a scenario for you. We all know that he's blood and guts, very much so. In this situation, is he too much blood and guts? In other words, if the ankle is sore, should he not think seriously about defaulting right now before he does more damage?
Yes. But I think we've cottoned on to Musta's character. That doesn't cross his mind. But
I'm sure it hasn't.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Musta doesn't give anything up.
On the court, he doesn't even give you the time of day, which is right.
Yes, well done. Beautiful execution. He's lovely to watch, Tillstrom.
Great drop shot. Maybe a little bit too high, in fact, but surprisingly enough, Musta is there early enough and does really very little with it. He could have done much more with that shot. But that's confidence. trouble.
Yeah, these are absolutely crucial points now. 2 break points, but you get the feeling the way that Muster is, this could be the beginning of the end if Tillstrom can get the break here. 2 break points. He's really in trouble on that backhand side. And Tillstrom now is, well, he seems to be moving towards another big victory in a Grand Slam. 2 big wins, remember, against Krajicek and then against Ivanisevic in the last 2 French Opens, but this will be as big as either of those or bigger. The danger now, for it seems to me, is he'll be aware that Muster's struggling, physically as well as mentally. Difficult to sometimes play a guy who is injured.
There are a lot of players out there that just simply cannot do it. They cannot play against somebody who's injured. They don't know whether to play a more aggressive game, a more defensive game, a more safe game. They really don't know. At the end of the day, you play your own game. Try to perhaps percentage-wise play a little bit safer because you don't want to make errors, but you've got to theoretically just keep your own game. A situation like this where a great player is on the verge of losing a match, I'd actually like to see a permanent shot, say in the top left-hand corner of the player, in this case Muster, in the bottom left-hand corner his coach, and the top right-hand always on the player. So the top right-hand corner would be Tillstrom, and on the bottom right-hand corner his coach, and then in the middle of the screen would be the game. So you see the players and the coach's reaction at all time, except you might just get someone picking their nose or something.
Always the danger.
Yeah.
Love 15.
His tummy has got to be going 20 to the dozen right now with butterflies.
Especially after that. Yeah, Philippoussis in the press conference last night was saying when he was serving for the match against Sampras, he could hardly hold the racket. His hand was shaking.
I like that, as he serves an ace or something like that. Yeah, big deal, Mark. But I know what he's talking about, though. It really is a strange sensation.
Now, he's done this before, hasn't he, Tillstrom? When he's got the break, he's just lacked a little bit of focus, and here's Muster now, would you believe it, with 3 break-back points.
So vital for Muster to get back into the match. Break here, try to win the set, try to win the 5th set, and then hopefully 2 days' time, whatever ails him won't ail him on that time.
Cracking serve. Maybe here's the biggest point of the match. Well played. And no wonder he shakes his fist.
That's pretty good forehand there from Muster. That's a little bit too short. What a superb forehand from Tillstrom. Goodness. Another one.
And he's not afraid to go for it. Right to the line. Excellent. 4-2. 2 weeks ago, Bobby lost in the first round of qualifying in Doha to Daniel Nestor. And now he's, what, a couple of games away from the quarter-final of the Australian Open. Strange game it is.
It's a strange game, and that's one of the reasons why so many players play it. You know, you never really know. You've got to have that firm conviction and firm belief that you can do it. One of the reasons why so many parents don't really want their children to be sports people, because there's too many highs and lows. Oh, it went in.
Unbelievable.
Have a look at it here. It's a pretty good serve, and it just curved in all the way.
Well played, Muster. Still giving it everything he has.
Muster was very quick to react that time to the drop shot. What'll make his drop shot better if he can play a few slice backhands. He's got very good disguise, very good natural disguise, but if he occasionally took the racket back and then went through the ball, got the slice deep, that might help his slice.
Ooh, very close. No complaint from Muster. And Tillstrom's upped his game here.
He really has. So I'm just trying to get back to that thing. You don't want your opponent to get into a thing. As soon as they see something, they know exactly what you're going to do.
And again, what a game here from Tillstrom. And this could be it for Muster. Already a breakdown. Break point down here, and one more staggering forehand, and here he is stepping up for second break. No, he's on the brink. Muster looks like he's going out here. 4 games in a row to Michael Tillstrom, and he's playing better than at any stage in the match. You'll be right back with us.
Take a look. Closer, go on. Look into the very near future in Bulgaria for the European Figure Skating Championships, beginning January the 23rd on Eurosport.
In 1996, the ATP Tour hits Eurosport in a big way. The world's best. The Mercedes Super 9, right here on Eurosport. Indian Wells, Key Biscayne, Monte Carlo, Hamburg, Rome, Cincinnati, Toronto, Stuttgart and Paris. The 9 biggest events on the ATP Tour. 9 chances to catch up with the jet set of world tennis. Get ready for the tennis big time on Eurosport. The world's best tennis tournaments, the ATP Tour World Championship, the French Open, the Australian Open, and the Mercedes Super 9. In 1996, Eurosport and the ATP, a double to remember.
Well, he's been through a few ups and downs. Too many downs for his liking in his career, Michael Tillstrom, but what an up he'll get now if he can put away the man who's hoping to be the world #1 at the end of next week.
So
Just out. Oh, I think that's it.
He's made some amazing comebacks in his time, but he doesn't look like he's got it in him here.
No, there's no fight there.
No.
It may be the ankle. It may be the thought of number one. It may be something that we're quite unaware of, but something is keeping him down.
3 match points. A big, big win for Michael Tillstrom. And he's through to the quarterfinals of a Grand Slam for the first time in his career, and I hasten to add it won't be the last. A shame Muster obviously was affected in some way by the ankle. How much, only he knows.
That's what Michael Tillstrom tactically was better. It's just bad luck for Muster.
Bob and I'll be back.